Welcome to Garden Crossings. I'm Heidi and this is my daughter Marissa, and we are up at the Northern Michigan Garden today. The butterfly house has had an abundance of butterflies and caterpillars lately, so we are going to be releasing some caterpillars and butterflies up here at the garden. We've got a lot of milkweed here that we're going to be putting the caterpillars on, and of course there's so many flowers that we're going to let the butterflies enjoy all the flowers in this area as well. So let's go ahead and first we'll release the butterflies because they are really waiting to get out of the cage, and then we'll go ahead and place the caterpillars. So before we headed up north, we went into the butterfly house and got a bunch of butterflies. And so Marissa is going to go ahead in just a second here and unzip the enclosure and let the butterflies go free. And next we're going to go ahead and place any of the caterpillars that we took with us on the milkweed. So this is just a small little butterfly enclosure that we have. We have several different sizes that we sell in the greenhouse. But for transportation, we made sure we put some nectar plants in there. There's also milkweed leaves for the caterpillars because we didn't want to have them travel a couple hours with no food. So yeah, they're just really having a good time in there, but are really waiting to get out. So Marissa, go ahead and unzip the top there, and we're going to just let them kind of naturally find their way out. And hopefully, sometimes they're not smart, they just stay in the enclosure. So oh, look at here, they're all there on the lid. So it's pretty windy today, as I'm sure you can tell. So once they get ready to go, they'll go. But inside the enclosure, look at all the butterflies. There's a little caterpillar, so we'll be placing him shortly. We're going to let them just kind of get used to what they're doing here a minute. Fly away, Stanley, be free. It's like they don't know what to do. So we really focused on getting the females out of the butterfly house because they're the ones that are laying the eggs, and we wanted to make sure they could be out in nature and lay eggs opposed to overpopulating the butterfly house. There's a beautiful female blowing in the breeze. Head off, honey. I'm loving how they're like 100% comfortable here on this allium. Look at all of this beautiful monarch beauty. Loving the allium. So when we planted this little area here in the garden, we planted a ton of Asclepias, the annual variety as well as the perennial variety, because we knew that, well, actually we were just hoping to attract monarchs here to the Northern Michigan Garden, which we really have not seen a lot of them in the area. So we decided to bring up some of the caterpillars so they'd have plenty of food. And we're going to go ahead and just place them here on the milkweed, or Asclepias. There's a big guy. So many of them that we took were rather large because we knew they'd be going off to the chrysalis state here shortly. But not all of them were big, so we did take some small ones as well. Here's a littler one Marissa just placed. And that one's not even a little one. There's just so many different various stages and sizes that the caterpillars come in. Here's another one here just munching away. So it's really fun to just watch the progression of life here with the monarch caterpillars and butterflies and the eggs and such. So we're going to go ahead and get these plants filled with the caterpillars that we did bring along today, and we'll watch them as they continue to grow and enjoy their new environment. Here's our little cage. You can see down there, there's a bunch of caterpillars. So Marissa will be getting those all placed and ready. So this is pretty exciting here, all the butterflies that we were able to take up, and we'll be watching them throughout the day to see where they go. Like I said, there's lots of plants for them to enjoy, and even though they've been released here probably about 5-10 minutes now, a lot of them are still just hanging out here on this allium. So probably just kind of figuring out where they are, what they're supposed to do. A lot of them are feeding right now because they had a little plant to feed on while we were heading up here, but a lot of them are feeding on the plant right now. So hopefully you enjoyed the release here of the monarch butterflies. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Thanks for watching. I'm Heidi from Garden Crossings.